Hello, my friends. Welcome to Phil's Daily PMP or CAPM Drill. It's a pleasure to have you here. We've been going on this journey for about 2 weeks, and I wanted to slow down and explain certain concepts because I'm getting feedback from people regarding clarity in the ITTO. So I want to be very clear, and I will call this an ITTO strategy. Okay, let me give you a very simple example of how you need to approach ITTOs. You've got every ITTO at level 1. And by level 1, I mean at a high level. Level 1 is usually a name such as, let's take project management plan. Okay, that would be level 1. Now, it's not enough to know stuff at level 1. You need to know the lower levels. In other words, what is in the project management plan and how does it relate to the process at hand? And this I'm going to call level 2. At level 2, you need to be aware of the sub-plans, such as the scope baseline. For example, that could be one example at level 2. You also have the schedule baseline and the cost baseline. You see, all of these items are at level 2. See? So let's hone into one in particular. Let's hone into the scope baseline. I would call this level 2. But again, this is not enough for your exam. For your exam, you need to be able to drill down to level 3. And in level 3, this is where you unravel what is in the scope baseline. So at level 3, at this tier of understanding, we're talking about the WBS dictionary, and the project scope statement. For example, this would be at level 3 in my mind, in this particular relationship. So for every ITTO scenario, you need to go to the lower levels. Okay? Does this make sense? All right, let's go a step further. I want to challenge you to go to a lower level with me right now. So let's go to an even lower level now that you get this relationship. Level 1, the project management plan. Level 2, the scope baseline. Level 3, the WBS dictionary, and the project scope statement. But I want to hone into one particular level 3 item, which is the project scope statement. Okay? So I will call this from now on L1. I will call this L2. And I will call this L3. Beyond L3, my friends, there is more content that you need to be aware of. And I will give you an example of this. If you follow me to 5.3 in the PMBOK guide. 5.3 is defined scope. And in defined scope, the PMI have very kindly broken down level 4 items in the project scope statement. So I'm just going to call this L4. What do we have in L4? If you follow me to page 155, you see these items are broken down. Under the project scope statement, the components at level 4, project scope description, which is progressively elaborated. See that? They take the pain to break it down because you could get questions at this level. So this is level 4 and your very first item, but you can see there are more items. This is just one item. The other items at level 4 here are project deliverables. In other words, a description of the deliverables in detail. Project deliverables. Remember, they're talking about the detail, not the deliverable itself. You also have acceptance criteria. And the last one here at this level is project exclusions. You see what I'm talking about? There are different tiers of understanding in the PMBOK guide. And this is just one example using the project management plan. We could do this for any component. We could do this for a process. We could do this for an ITTO, an output, an input, even a tool and technique. There are levels and tiers of awareness. So when I come at you asking you which tool and technique is used, don't expect me to always be at level 1. I will not stay at level 1 alone. That will be a disservice to you. I got to go to level 2. So I could ask you, what is an input to define activities? And I may not give you the project management plan as an option. I may be looking for the scope baseline for obvious reasons, because the WBS work packages are the most important level 3 item or lower level item of that thing. You get what I'm saying? So I just wanted to make it very clear that when I ask you for tools and techniques, or I ask you for inputs, I am making it deliberately detailed to cut down to the lower levels. And this is where a lot of exam content is at this level. The higher levels are okay, but you gotta go down to the lower levels. You see what I'm saying? You gotta go down to the lower levels, my friends, for your exam. It is going to help you. All right. One of the things I'm going to start doing is putting up 1 or 2 JPEGs or PNGs of what I go through with you. So I might put it up on YouTube. You might see it in one of the community posts. I will endeavor to put this one up when we're done. All right. Let's go to one more level to clarify this in more detail. A typical tool and technique that you hear about is data analysis. Now, unfortunately, a lot of people think they understand data analysis when they see it, but they forget that there is additional minutia. And I just want to give a shout out to Bill Hall, who got certified yesterday. Bill came and dropped some gold for us on the class that we had yesterday. So thank you, Bill, for that. And Daniel also dropped by. Daniel got certified the day before Bill, and they both came in and dropped some gold. I want to thank those gentlemen for doing that. One of the pieces of feedback I got was page 686 that I'm always singing about. I always tell you about this. You got to study these pages because it breaks down what exactly is in these multiple buckets of ITTO. So data analysis, for instance, it has 2 pages of detail. Now, let's go to page 687 and let us just randomly choose one of these tools and techniques. Let's go to assessment of other parameters. So this is level 2 we're going to now. Assessment of other risk parameters. This would be a level 2 item compared to data analysis. Now, if you go to page 687, you see it's referencing 11.3. So you go on down to 11.3, where you're doing risk categorization and qualitative risk analysis. And when you look for this particular tool and technique, what do you see? You see additional levels of detail. So this would be like level 1. This would be a level 2. And at level 3, what do you see? You see more content. 9 different items, for example, 9. Urgency, proximity, dormancy, manageability, controllability, detectability, connectivity, strategic impact, and propinquity. So let's just take one random one. Let's take manageability. You got to get the definition, my friends, down pat, because they are very similar. Manageability, for example, is about an ease, the ease at which the risk owner can manage the occurrence. So we're talking about the managing the occurrence and the ease of managing the occurrence. Think about it. How easy is it for you to manage a risk occurring? Think about it. Or how easy it is for you to manage the impact of a risk. Some risks you can manage their impact. Other risks are very hard to manage their impact effectively. So where management is easy, manageability is high. This is another example, my friends, of the different levels of thinking you need to be at. Because I could ask you, which tool and technique is used in qualitative risk analysis? And if I present to you assessment of other risk parameters, or I might even present to you the concept of manageability or the concept of propinquity, you need to know these levels for your exam. The reason why a lot of people might fail in the first place is focusing at level 1. You got to go down to level 2, to the bottom of the barrel where the sweet stuff is. Okay, please take this very seriously. Now, for those of you who are preparing for the PMP exam and you're looking for training and coaching, we have our next session starting on June 20th. You want to sign up while the price is low. It is very, very low right now as at the 14th of June. Within the next few days, that could change. So you need to go to sign up for virtual training you can take in the comfort of your home, in your jammies if you want, but you need to go to pmsucceed.com and you need to sign up so that you can be part of this next round of awesome training. Don't let it get away. There may not be another one before the exam changes. My calendar is getting full. Stuff is beginning to happen. I might be on the move again. And once I hit the road on the move, you know I ain't going to be doing this. In fact, I have engagements all through July, August that are already taking my attention away, virtual for clients. So if I were you, I would jump aboard this. Don't waste a minute. I'm giving away some pretty awesome items. First of all, for those who sign up, they are going to be getting my 20 plus hour audio CD set. There's so much stuff that I'm going to be giving away that it's probably best you just go check out the site. So if you go to the site, you can see all the items, 6.5 hours of recorded agile, 60 plus hours of additional coaching from our Zoom sessions, 20 hours of audio, 1 hour training of page 89, 35 hours of content on our learning management system on top of the 60 hours, 20 hours of PMP exam tech camp sessions, 2-hour sessions on how to answer tough PMP exam questions. There is so much stuff that I'm giving with this curriculum. The day that this is going to end is meant to be June 15th. I would advise you to do it now if you want to get it at that rate. Do it now because the price will change, okay? Thank you very much for joining me. I wish you all the very best in your prep. For those of you that have the exam, don't forget my warnings. I've given some warnings about the MacBook and how it's not advisable to try taking the exam with the MacBook because the reports, the noise levels of what students are facing is becoming louder and louder. If you read comments in some of my videos, you see some of our students on YouTube, they've been struggling, to get the exam done. And some of those who have gone forward have not been successful. And I hate to hear that. So make sure you tackle that. If you've got a MacBook, use a PC, because you could very well have MacBook issues, except you have certain software and updates and all that jazz. All right, my friends, you take care, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.